Welcome to Healthy by George. This is my YouTube channel where I want to make it your go-to destination for all things about health and wellness. So I'm dedicated to providing you this information and engaging content that will inspire you and help us go on our wellness journey in the best way that we can. I want you to know that this is for informational purposes only, and it should not be considered as medical advice, nor does it have anything related to my employer. So it's always best for you to check with your own medical provider before you do anything that I recommend or for any medical treatments. So please join me, hit that subscribe button, and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. And let's embark on this incredible journey to improve ourselves and our well-being. Hey, welcome back to my channel, Healthy by George. It's me, MC, and I'm here today to talk to you about something very important that's been in the news, the GLP-1 inhibitors. I think everyone's been listening to all about Wegovy, Ozempic, and now Mounjaro. And you know, those are things that are very important to me because I'm someone who suffers from something called PCOS. So what is that? Polycystic ovarian syndrome. And the truth is I never knew I had this disorder until many years, and I was struggling through menopause. And I went to see an endocrinologist, thank goodness. And the endocrinologist is there to help you understand hormones and hormonal balance and bone density. So I was struggling with issues around my hormones. And I spoke to my endocrinologist, and she said the likelihood that I was someone who's been suffering for a very long time from the polycystic ovarian syndrome is probably what my problem is. So what is polycystic ovarian syndrome? Well, typically it's for people who have irregular menstrual cycles. They have sometimes excess hair growth. I never had that. You have acne or oily skin. You can also have thinning of your hair. Now, the thinning of my hair started around, the latter part of my aging. Weight gain and trouble with losing weight. I've had that all my life. Some darkening of the skin sometimes is part of it. Skin tags. I have skin tags. Those are little places like on your skin where there'll be this bump that's not really anything but extra skin. You can have some pelvic pain. You can have some anxiety and depression. And infertility is a big problem with people who have PCOS. So why is that? Well, part of it is there's this disturbance in your hormones, and that there's kind of hard to understand why this disturbance is happening. And I think we're still trying to discover why some people are struggling with this syndrome. I know I'm trying to understand, but one of the things that I know that's helped me is to look into a GLP-1 inhibitor. I think on an earlier channel program that I had posted, I talked about my experience using the drug Saxenda. So Saxenda is one of those first drugs that came out, I think back in 2016, 2015. It was a GLP-1 inhibitor where you needed to take an injection every day, and it was there to help people with weight loss and with people who have insulin resistance. And insulin resistance is something that happens sometimes with people who have polycystic ovarian syndrome. And so I was struggling with insulin resistance, and I had good success with Saxenda, but the side effects were tough. And so I was so excited when I heard of these new drugs, Wegovy, Ozempic. But as some people are struggling, whether you're a diabetic or not, in getting access to this medication. Some people are paying, some people have insurances who will cover it because they have some of those components that their doctor is willing to help them find a way. I struggled with getting access to Wegovy and Ozempic. And the truth is when I investigated those two, I wasn't as interested in them as I was in the drug Mounjaro. So why am I interested in Mounjaro? Well, the key reason I was interested in Mounjaro is because it has two GLP-1 inhibitors. It has a medication that helps with some insulin resistance, and it has a GLP-1 inhibitor. And so what is all of that? Well, they're designed to mimic how your body manages insulin. And I think that's where people who are struggling with type 2 diabetes, they're able to really get their diabetes under control. It also helps with heart conditions and some other elements about what they're discovering that these medications can do. So I was very fortunate to be able to start with Mounjaro in August of this year. And it has really, truly been an easy drug for me to use. And it's taken all those efforts that I was doing with my lifestyle changes. I was tracking my food, tracking my fitness, tracking my water, tracking my sleep, and I was not getting anywhere with weight loss. But I started Mounjaro, and boy, I was able to really see some clear diminish in my weight immediately. Now, the side effects are there. I don't think those are going to go away, because what does it do? Well, Mounjaro slows down what we call the gut emptying process. So our whole gut is made to move. It's constantly moving. It moves to help us digest the food, move it into the small bowel so that we can gain the nutrients from it. And what the GLP-1 inhibitors do is they slow that process down so that you have a fuller feeling for a longer period of time, so that when you do eat, you feel full faster. So it really helps in that regard, but it helps people. It doesn't help people. It can be a problem when you're trying to eat, because you might have some indigestion, you might have some diarrhea, you might have some GERD, where you have this kind of heartburn that doesn't go away, or burping. So you really have to talk to your doctor when they prescribe you with Mounjaro or any of the GLP-1 inhibitors, because they are really key in using if you do have side effects. Now, I had small side effects, but I was able to do quite a lot of weight loss for the lowest dose. And I've just recently gone up on the higher dose, well, not that high, and I am seeing a little more side effects. And so what I'm really wanting to know more about is how to help yourself when you're having indigestion or some kind of diarrhea. So that means you really need to be able to talk to your doctor. So if you're struggling with weight loss and you don't understand what's going on with your hormones, this might be an opportunity for you to talk to your doctor, because Mounjaro has also gotten an indication for weight loss by Eli Lilly. They're starting that this month, I think, a new site for they're going to brand it with the name Zepbound. I think it's Zepbound. I'm going to leave some information in the comments below so that you can get as much information as you know, and I'll leave some links to some of the research and studies, because a lot has to be known about this when you take Mounjaro. Like if you're going to go in for any kind of a procedure, you need to be able to stop that drug when you are taking Mounjaro or any of those Ozempics, because they've seen that people who are put under anesthesia have some kind of regurgitation if they don't stop the drug soon enough, so that their gut can really activate and move the food out into the lower intestines. So I encourage you all, if you are struggling with weight loss despite everything that you're doing, that you see a doctor, see someone who can help you understand why your hormones are not working for you. Because the truth is our diet and some of the food products that we have available to us are not the best. And that if we need to have help in this regard, it takes a what we call a full court press. I know for me it has, exercise, diet, tracking. All of these things have helped me get some great weight loss. In fact, I'm really excited to see at this higher dose of Mounjaro what happens for me in the future. So join me on this journey. Let me know in the comments what you're struggling with when it comes to weight, hormones, PCOS, all of these things, because I'm learning that as we get older, things sometimes get a little more complicated with our health. Talk to you soon. Come back and see me. Hit the button and we'll talk again. Bye-bye. So thank you so much for joining me at Healthy by George. I hope you found the information inspiring and that it encourages you on your wellness journey. Because remember, your body, your well-being are a most precious gift, and every tiny action taken daily can make a huge difference. I hope the information here is educational purposes and is not meant to replace your medical care. See your doctor and talk about what works for you. If you enjoyed today's content, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Your support means the world to me, and it helps me continuing creating content that inspires and empowers you to live your best life. Goodbye for now, and join me again at the next Healthy by George.